Oh, it looks really nice and sunny wherever you are. Or it looks nice and bright anyway.
Yeah, Barcelona. And it's not even really sunny today, but you know,
Is that where you're
Spain.
based all year round now in Barcelona, right?
Yeah, the offices are in Barcelona, DICE offices,
Mm-hmm.
where I work. And but I'm traveling quite often, as you know,
Yeah.
especially in Ibiza, which is a big market for us, but also Madrid and a bit in Europe or so.
Nice.
But yeah, this
Non-stop.
it's very nice. It's we all have big windows, and when we are in Poblenou, where everything happens in music.
Oh,
So
I love that area. It's so nice. Such a nice area. And how long? Because you used to live in Ibiza, right?
I was partly living in Ibiza,
Ah, I thought you used to live there.
partly living in Ibiza.
Okay, cool. How are you? It's been a
Yeah,
really long
be good.
time. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. I follow you a lot on social media, so I follow your adventure. It's always very, very nice to see where you are and very interesting. And yes, yeah,
Thank you.
hope you continue with your content because it's yeah, always. I loved your Ibiza in 90 seconds last summer. Hope you repeat that this summer. Even you're
Oh,
not living in Ibiza anymore.
I'm not. I'm in London. I
Okay, but
left.
you will travel a lot in Ibiza to Ibiza or no?
Yeah, of course. I think I'll always end up going back for some reason or another. But I was there for 10 years. So it
Yeah,
was like a chapter, and I just kind of thought, yeah, I needed something new basically, especially in winter time, because as you know, in Ibiza, there's not particularly loads
yeah,
happening. Um, so yes, I decided that it was time to go. My apartment that I'd been living in for a really long time got sold, and I was thinking for a really long time, do I stay? Do I go? And then when it got sold, I was like, I think it's a sign that maybe I should
yeah,
leave. So I left,
yeah.
and now I'm here. And yeah, it's
I,
nice.
Ibiza is amazing, but yeah, London, you really have the feeling that in such a big city that everything is happening there. The connection
Yeah.
you can make. I mean, you can make very great connection in Ibiza. I close very amazing deals queuing at the toilet of a club,
Yeah.
but that,
That is
and that's
so
only
true.
can happen only in Ibiza, you know. But but yes, generally London is you really have this feeling that everything is happening there.
Yeah.
Is so I lived a couple of years in London in 2016 to 2018, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I miss it.
I was going
I
to
need to go
ask you
more.
that because I remember you at some point living in London, and I thought you
Mm.
had been here for a while.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
congratulations. You're
Thank
a
you.
puppy now.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
how-
yeah.
how's dad life?
I mean, it's really amazing. It gives you a completely new dimension to your
Yeah.
life, really. It's really a beautiful feeling. I can't really describe it. I mean, you really need to live it because it's so different. Uh, Huge feeling of responsibility of taking care
Mm,
of someone forever now. Um, I was describing like this to some friends recently, but until that in your life, you can always decide you don't want it anymore. You want to finish, and it's not nothing is really forever. When where the city you live, and you are the perfect example to this, or the apartment you live in, or the job you have, you can always decide. Yes, I
yeah.
want to change that, but that no, it's the first real event in your life when
It's
it's
forever.
hopefully forever, and yes, it's a change which is definitive now in your life, and but it's really amazing, and it's super cute, and it's starting to
Oh,
smile, it's funny. So yeah,
oh, cute.
yeah, yeah.
When was he born?
In Barcelona,
No, when,
Barcelona.
when?
And the November the 16th.
Oh, so it's only like
So
two and a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
two and a bit. Yes.
Oh, wow. How
Yeah.
exciting. That's such a nice way to put it, though, what you just said, where everything can end. I've never thought of it
Mm,
like that before,
mm.
but that is something that's it forever now.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, well, I'm so super happy for you. That's really exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, for the
Yeah.
podcast, as you already know, basically it's like a deep dive into different people's careers in the music industry. The
Mm,
reason I started this podcast was because I was interviewing just DJs all the time for a very long time, and it made me realize that there's so many different angles and careers and roles that there are in the music industry. And as every year goes by, there's more roles and more people that form part of the industry that we're working. And I just wanted to have people like have a space where people can tell their story and share things and experiences that they've made along the way. So I'm really excited for you to come on the podcast. Thank you so much for joining
yeah.
me. I
We
know we've
talked
been,
about it
I
for a long
know.
time.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say we spoke about this for such a long time as well. So everything happens when it needed to. So I feel like now is the right
Exactly.
time. So I always start off with the podcast by asking and finding out how you started out in the music industry and, well, not so much the music industry, but where your love for music came from. Have you always wanted to be part of music industry?
Mm. Not really, actually. I always say that I, I came uh, to that job of several jobs. Now we'll go through it, I imagine, a bit later. But it's now several jobs that I've been developing in the music industry. But it was really just a passion initially. I was clubbing. I was a clubber. We have been to many parties together or so, and um, and really it's I assume that when you have such a passion and you get connected with the whole industry, the promoters that put you on
Yeah.
the guest list actually, and the DJs and and everyone really like who work in this industry, you end up like finding opportunities to jobs opportunities because you hear about new jobs and that you believe maybe I could do that and so really it was like this. It was quite organic, but it was not something like I wanted absolutely that, and I didn't even think about it. I was initially working. My dream when I was a student was to work in advertising. It was clear I wanted to work in advertising.
Okay.
Uh, I love the ads, TV ads in particular, but also print and magazines. And so I started to work in advertising. I did a business school because I knew I wanted to work in advertising. So I chose the right studies for that. So I did a business school and all the different specialities that you could choose. It was always marketing, advertising, etc. And I started to work in advertising during quite a long time. First in an agency, then for Lucky Strike, the
Oh,
tobacco, when it
really?
was possible to do the advertising for tobacco. Then Vueling, and at the beginning of Vueling, and yes, then I set up my own marketing agency, etc. But it was very clear for me. But I realized that in all that position that I just mentioned, like Lucky Strike, we actually did a lot of activation, and a lot of the marketing activities were around music. So we were the sponsor of the big festivals. Um, we organized tour with famous DJs,
Yeah.
and so yes, it was music was a really big part of our strategy. We at Vueling, I did some very crazy thing related to music. I don't know if you remember, but I put David Guetta to play in a plane.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was one of the highlight of my career because it was almost before the social media really, because if not it would have been there was YouTube, and it was the beginning of a bit YouTube, a bit Facebook, but and still we had like millions of views back then. Today it will be probably billions, and especially now David Guetta being who he is. But yeah, we did several flights with him, and it was crazy. It was such a highlight, even for the strategy, the marketing strategy of the company.
Was that to promote the Paris Ibiza route or something like that?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But it was crazy. It was full of journalists, and at the same time, random people who just bought the ticket, and suddenly they see there is a party in the plane. So it was really crazy. Oh, it was cool.
So did he like DJ on the plane as well?
Yeah. We
Oh wow,
create
that's
a new. You notice trolley that you serve the food. So
yeah.
we customize one of them, and we put all the equipment and the speakers and everything inside that. Because actually, when or at least for Vueling, or it was working, when you take off, you need to have the plane in a totally normal configuration. So we have that like in a food trolley that we started the setup during the when we reached the cruise altitude, you know, and yes, and he was great at that. I mean, he was amazing. He's such a great vibe with journalists, with the people.
Yeah.
So he was the right person to do that. It was a great collaboration that we had there.
And actually
He repeated several times, you know, like we did 3 times. 2009, probably 11 and 13 or something like that. No,
so
2007, 2009, and 2011.
Oh, really? And
Yeah.
actually, he's the perfect person to do it, especially if it's to promote. It was to promote Paris Ibiza. It's like
Yeah,
his two
exactly.
places. It's the perfect match, really.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was the last one, 20, or the second or the third one. The press conference after the flight was actually at Ushuaia, which just opened. We were actually the first one to organize an event at Ushuaia. It was the room were
No
not
way.
even finished. Yeah,
Don't you think that's crazy though, how that happened when you weren't actually really working in the music industry, but
yeah.
you were doing activations and doing campaigns that had the music industry involved, and you were the first one to do that. And now
Yeah,
look where you
it's
are. It's
crazy,
quite full
and
circle.
yeah, it is, and I actually that day introduced Jan from Ushuaia to David, so
No.
it will probably have end up working with him anyway. But it's funny that, as you said, that I wasn't really part of the music industry, but I was already connecting the dots, and which is something I love to do. Yeah, it was great. It was
How
really great.
funny.
So yes, and then I set up my own promotional marketing agency actually in Ibiza. It was called Ibiza Essentials.
Mhm.
That sometimes we get mistaken with the blog of the website. Ibiza Essentials was the brand activations around the island for alcohol brand a lot, with different venue like Blue Marlin, Pasha. We did Mambo, a bit everywhere. So again, a lot of music involved there. We work for very big brand like yes, all the big alcohol brand you can imagine,
So again, you were
and
connecting the dots between different
exactly,
brands between them.
and organizing the activation like little events or little promotion that were with
Yeah.
merchandising, etc., that the brand was organizing. We did some very cool stuff. I don't remember if you remember, but one year we put like Aperol Volkswagen. You notice Volkswagen van,
Yeah, I
from the
do
60s.
remember.
They were like orange all over, and it was cool because they were like bringing people who had won a contest. So I don't remember exactly how it was working, but we were bringing them to the party, to one party to the other. So
Yeah, I do
and we had
remember
like a
that.
lot of visibility in the parking of the clubs, etc. So we always try to find like new way to promote brand. That was very fun. Then I moved to London
Uh-huh.
after 6 years having my own agency for O2, and O2 it's not the venue, but the
The
mobile network,
phone.
but very connected with the music, the O2 actually, and the O2 academies. So I did a lot of activation, not so much into the electronic music scene there, but yes, pretty much very much related to music.
Were you still doing Ibiza Essentials at the same time, or did you close
Yeah,
that
it was
chapter and
kind
move?
of yeah.
Yeah.
I closed it mainly because I had a bit the feeling that I was doing always the same thing,
Yeah.
like the same activation. You always want to be very creative, and in the end, the brand they were saying, no, I only need like staff at Blue Marlin to give away sunglasses if they buy
Yeah.
Aperol drinks or whatever, So it ended up really very a bit the same like every year, but we did something at the airport, and so it was and I work with all the venue, as you can imagine, because I was of course doing this activation for such big brands, and so I closed that chapter. Then I moved to London for a couple of years, and but it was a maternity leave. I was actually happy and lucky to have been able to work almost 2 years at O2, because normally maternity leave it's shorter. And then that's where Bitport contacted me to a friend, and I set up their new brand partnership division, because it was really my experience, like brands. Yeah. And I've been doing like brand partnership really forever, even if originally my dream was to work in advertising. Progressively, I moved much more my career to brand partnerships, and so I set up the division of brand partnership at Bitport. And then when I finalized that, Dice was launching in Spain, and through a friend, actually to Jean-Charles Carré, who I don't know if you know him, but he worked with David Guetta, so
all connected again.
All connected. So he introduced me to Dice because he knew those guys, and yes, we matched immediately with Phil, the CEO, and Russ, the other founder, and they told me, yes, we are launching in Spain. We would love to have you on board. And so I did that at the beginning a bit in parallel with Bitport, but yes, it became very clear when I started to work with them that should
this
be
is
like
your place.
Yeah, that was my place, and it has been it's going to be 5 years in May, so time flies.
No way, 5 years? Is that how long it's been? Wow. Didn't you work for Brunch Electronic as well at one point?
Yeah, correct. I think it was because when I left O2, I started to work a bit as a freelance. So Bitport was a freelance role. And Dice originally was a freelance role. So I also was freelancing for Branch. It was a really good experience because I was in charge of developing the brand internationally.
So, Brunch Electronic.
Brunch Electronic. Nice. So I organized or I developed the brand in Peru.
Cool.
Peru, in Chile. And we had a lot of, I think I had like 40 shows booked, but the pandemic came. So it's where I ended up my relationship with them, because there was not much.
There was nothing to do.
To sell. Yeah. And at Dice, we continue, even if it's for the people who don't know and who are listening, that Dice is a ticketing platform, and event discovery and ticketing platform. And we still continue to be quite active during the pandemic, because we knew it will not last forever. And actually, it was a perfect time to meet club owners, venue owners, and festival promoters, and to offer them to our services and to switch to Dice for their ticketing. So we grew the business massively during COVID, which is crazy to think.
Oh, really? Think about it. Yeah. Because if you like if I'd have thought of that, I would have actually probably thought it was the other way around, to be honest, especially being a
Yeah.
ticketing platform and thinking, well, there's not really any events happening. But
Mm.
yeah, it must have been seen as it was kind of a quiet time, a perfect time to connect with people and get stuff done, right?
Good time to connect. We also did a bit of innovation. We did some online shows that were
Shows.
ticketed. Yes, so we did like really big shows like Kylie, Nick Cave. Yes, we did big online shows, and it was a good way also to 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 take benefits of our massive fan base and to offer them something to do when they were at home. It's
Yeah.
not something we are developing anymore, the online shows, because we believe there is nothing better than the real life, and so Dice is now 100% focused again on in real life shows. But the online shows that we have been doing during COVID were very successful.
Did you say you did a Kylie show?
Yeah, we did Kylie, Nick
Wow.
Cave. Uh, we did Bicep. We did
Oh
Bicep.
yeah.
Yeah, in the Saatchi and Saatchi gallery.
Amazing. So
Yeah,
some
that
really
live
cool
was
stuff.
amazing. That was like live was amazing. We sold, I don't know, 10 or 20,000 tickets for that. And
Amazing.
just a pretty unique format, because it was live, so people were like connected at a certain time, and it was unique. It will not, a bit like the in real life shows, it will not happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was great. It was great experience also.
So what year did Dice actually start then? When was it born?
2014, and I
20.
start 2019, so 5 years after. Yes, Phil and Russ, two music lovers. They have had a bunch of very cool experience in music already and they were already working together, and they saw they identify like a gap in the market. There is no real platform when I can check based on my music taste what is hot tonight in my city, no?
Yeah.
And say, okay, it doesn't exist, so we're going to create it. We're going to
Yeah.
create it. So, and yes, like, so this year is going to be our 10th anniversary. I don't know if we're going to like massively promote it or no, but it is our 10th anniversary, and the journey they have had is amazing. Like, Dice is now a platform that use every month like millions of people all over the world. Some of the biggest shows and biggest venue and coolest venue are on Dice. So yes, they had the vision and they did it, and it was
Yeah.
successful. So it's very nice to be part of that.
How many countries is Dice in now?
So we have offices in London, which is our first office that we open. We're actually all building now. We are in New York, which is the States is our biggest market. The
Okay.
States altogether, it's bigger than all the European country altogether. Spain, which I lead, which is I think the biggest market now in Europe, and France, Italy, and Germany, which is the last country. But we have also
Wow.
some presence in India, but yes, smaller. The main market is this one, those
When
ones.
you say you're in those countries, does that mean that the app is only available in them countries, or is it just where the offices are?
The offices are where we have content when you have
Oh, yeah.
events. You,
Yeah.
you can download the app, I think, for any country, but we have very little limitation. So let's say you're in Colombia, you can download the app, but you won't have any event in Colombia.
Yeah.
We only have events in those countries.
And the great thing about Dice, it's not just a ticketing platform, it's a perfect place to discover new music.
Absolutely, that's the
That's
whole point.
it.
I mean, ticketing is the
Yeah.
business model really is where we actually can generate revenue. We have two business model, which is the ticketing and the brand partnership, actually, which is
Yeah.
a colleague of mine who is leading that division at Dice. So are the two main business models that or revenue sources that we have. But the purpose of Dice, our mission, is to get people out more. So, and we do that through our app that works very well that millions of people is now using, are now using, and yes, it's a very simple, direct way to discover shows in your cities
Yeah.
when you want to know what's happening. But because really, if you think about it, there is not a lot of other platform like this.
No, there actually
So
isn't.
especially that we cross all the music genres. We are not only focused on electronic or pop or
Mm-hmm.
Latin or urban. We really have all the music styles
Everything.
and genres on Dice.
Everything.
So yes.
I guess the only thing that maybe you could kind of compare to in this discovery side is something like Spotify, but you also work with Spotify as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So when you download Dice, you connect with your Spotify. That way, we know which kind of music you listen, and so we can show you in with more focus the kind of events that we know you're gonna like. So it's actually fun because people into electronic music believe that Dice is an electronic music platform. People in
Oh,
urban they believe
yeah.
it's so everyone believe it's a bit it's an app that has all the content that they like. It's because of our algorithm and the way we show the events. No, it's not the typical. I mean, you can access to I put a date and I see all the shows that are in the city, because in the end you can go today to a urban show and tomorrow to an electronic music gig.
Yeah.
So we have a way to show you all the event that you have on the specific day in your cities. But the discovery tab, which is the main tab on Dice, it's really focusing on the shows we believe you're going to prefer and you're going to more likely to go.
Has it helped grow artist profiles as well in certain areas? It must be a tool that really has like,
But we believe that massively. Actually, we are talking about Bicep.
mm,
We were like we probably helped them quite a lot with their growth, because we have a tool which is called the waiting list, which is when a show is sold out, you can still get in line and join the waiting list, the virtual waiting list, and that tool allows you to see for an artist really what was
yeah.
the demand, that was the real demand that there was for the. So Bicep at that time, they had a show at a village underground, and I realized that there was like, I don't remember, like 5 or 10,000 people on the waiting list.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
why the following times they did like print works, because and they filled it
Yeah.
up. They ended up doing like 3 or 4 print works
Yeah.
sold out. So in that sense, we can really help artists to grow, because we probably help them to leverage the risk, no, and
Uh-huh.
then to know they can they can probably have a gig in a bigger place with almost the same possibility of sold out than in a smaller venue if there is so many people on the waiting
Yeah.
list.
So can artists and labels, can they access data and insights in terms of people that have come to their shows? How
Absolutely.
they can?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I guess
We
it's not just how many people, it's also who these people are, where they're
Yeah.
from, what age they are. So it's really, really
all
incredible.
of this all of
Yeah.
this you can access it to your you have a you so you have like a backend and Dice, when you can actually ask the promoter have a series of information that you can actually share with people. I can do, yeah, like the access to this information with or to any people that I want with their email. I can give them access to this information, and also if that information that you have on the back end would not be enough, we can also like create reports that we can send, like an ad hoc report that we can send every week or every month, or to artists, to
Amazing.
promoters, to labels, whoever is organizing the event which is on Dice.
Yeah, to the clubs to see which of their shows throughout the week have worked best.
Yeah.
Has it made you also kind of being open to you personally to different music genres? Because I guess before you,
Absolutely.
I bet you've discovered
Absolutely.
so much.
You discover a lot, and also I'm a Dice user myself, and then every event you have a little sample of the music you can expect at that event. Those tracks come generally for Spotify or Apple Music, uh, and and yes, it makes you. You probably sometimes you don't even know the artist, but you know the venue, and
Yeah.
it seems quite popular, and so you listen to this bit of to this sample of his music of her music, and you say, well, I like it, so why don't buy a ticket for that show? So yeah, I've been to all kind of shows since I
Have
work at
you?
Dice, really. So for the
That's
smaller
nice.
rooms to the bigger arenas now. So yes, yeah,
Have you
it's
had
nice.
have you had a favorite show that you've been to since then? Or is that a very big question? Or something totally different,
Uh,
something that you didn't expect, let's say.
something that I did expect. Uh, it was probably I thought, well, it's a big show. It's not really like an intimate show, but I never saw the Blaze before seeing them at Sonar Lisbon. That was
Uh-huh.
we were in charge of the ticketing, and I was very impressed with the energy. And at this time of artists, you heard about them, but you didn't really know if you would like them or no, and I was quite impressed with that shows. Um, Again at Sonar, but this time more into in Sonar Barcelona.
Uh-huh.
Olo from Eric Pritz.
Oh yeah, incredible.
I was really impressed. Like if I have to work the word impress or really like surprise, probably like those two ones come in
Come
first.
to mind.
But also I've seen totally when we're talking more about discovery, no, I've seen a show with 60 or 70 people with Lamala Rodriguez.
Oh
That
wow,
was during the
yeah.
private show that was on Dice, and it was an unplugged. It was old version of a song, but flamenco style unplugged, and it was
Wow.
beautiful. So,
Amazing.
so yes, you can really have those kind of super intimate show up to the Olo Eric Pritz with tens of thousands of people. So that's the beauty of it, and that's the beauty of music, really.
Yeah. You have such a like fun job, like being able to be part of all of these different music scenes. Because I do think sometimes when you just work in one music genre, it's so easy just to get stuck in that genre. And you don't, sometimes I think I always listen to the same things or always go and see the same people. But sometimes, like, you have to really push, not push yourself, but you don't really have that opportunity as much or friends that are going to go to other things. So in the space that you're in, it's so nice that you be able to get to do all of these different things and be part of all of these different communities. Because I'd never thought what you said before, which is, yeah, if I think of Dice, I think electronic music, but then somebody that maybe is in like indie or another, they will probably think, well, no, it's part of our community. So it's nice that you're kind of spread out everywhere, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And a lot of promoters every time are more into organizing different kind of
Yeah.
shows uh, with the rise of urban music, reggaeton, etc. Um, that yeah, people in the electronic music would be reggaeton, etc. But but it's an amazing industry. I mean, the guys are selling like tickets. As you can, as probably very few electronic music artists will be able to do, and they put together very big shows and and work very well. And we have also talented artists there. One thing is if you like or don't like the music, but it's undeniable that there is some talent there and some
Yeah.
and people that are really putting together, developing very interesting career and putting together very great shows. And
Is it one of the
yes,
quickest growing genres, do you think?
maybe it's slowing down a bit now because it's so big that
Yeah.
it's difficult to get any bigger, but it has been definitively,
Yeah.
and which is crazy because it's songs are in Spanish, so you could imagine that it will be only in Spain and in Latin America, but it's getting
everywhere.
super big in the US, in France, even in England. It's starting. It's like
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
I've heard it on a few places around here. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
So yes, and yeah, it's just, but the industry itself, in the end, it's not so different. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, different people, but it's not so different. And in the end, you have an artist, you have a production, you have a venue, you have like the dynamics are very, very similar.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of your job?
Meeting people. I mean, my job developing the dice in my market, which is Spain, is like basically meeting promoter, club owners every day, convince them that they need to sell on dice or artists even. And just they are generally great people and amazing people. They all have a story to tell. How did they start and where they want to go? What are their objectives? And so it's a very cool job. And yes, so that part
Yeah.
is the better. Then the negotiation, it's kind of exciting, and yes, or we can make a deal that's going to work for both of us, and how we can make it happen, and uh, joy when you sign a big deal, which is
Yeah.
amazing. But it's of course a great part of the job too. But I think the best one is meeting people, uh, uh, and yes, at their office or at their venue. So very often I invite them to at their venue, at their festival, and and meeting them there. So it's great. So yeah, I think meeting
So
people,
good.
and you know me a bit, and you know that
Yeah.
I love to be like with people, to meet new people, to get to
Yeah.
understand their life and what they do.
What about the
Uh,
most challenging part of your job?
mm, the negotiation are always tough.
Yeah.
We are a lot of competitors in that market. Even though I think Dice is the best platform, it will be strange for me not to say that, but I genuinely believe it. Competition is tough, and sometimes when you work very hard on a big deal and you don't sign it, yeah, it hurts. It's
Yeah.
but yes, that's part of the job. That's why
Yeah.
also it's so great when you do sign it. And so the most challenging, it's probably that. It's also yeah, it's probably that. The
Good.
rest is all its excitement, really.
Why is dice called dice?
I don't know really. I Yeah, we got often this question, and I think they really came with a name that was cool,
Yeah.
and easy
It
to
works.
pronounce, and it works. Then you can say yes when you throw a dice, uh, something that there is a number that came, you don't read it, so it could be like you can use it a bit like this, the
Yeah,
app,
makes
and
sense.
and discover. So the discovery and the surprise with some of the discovery could be something related to that. But yeah, we will have to ask to filter us. But
I also love
I'm not sure.
the dice logo is really cool. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
very cute.
recognizable, isn't it?
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
also saw not long ago, I don't know if you shared it or somebody else from Dice. I saw on LinkedIn that somebody had got like a dice tattoo.
yeah, yeah. It's
They
crazy.
have hardcore fans.
Yeah, hardcore fans. But I think we are the first brand in that industry, like ticketing industry, where we actually have fans. Like
Yeah,
well, because normally when you used to buy a ticket on any big platform, even the biggest one, you will never really know that. You will never say to someone,
yeah,
"Oh, I bought a ticket on Ticketmaster."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
don't think
true.
you would say that, and they are huge.
Yeah,
And it's not that I want to talk bad against the competition, because it's not. I don't do that, and it's not the objective. I just saying that it's different. It's like
Yeah.
it's weird. On other platforms you will not really say that, but on people say, yes, the tickets are on Dice, and I bought it on Dice. It's quite unique, and
Yeah, that is very unique.
um,
Very
and
unique.
and some people I were like actually tell me maybe I miss out some shows because I only use Dice to get my ticket, and you don't have 100% of the shows, of course.
Yeah.
So maybe I miss some shows, but for me it's so easy and so intuitive that it's my only source of information when it comes to live shows, which is
Yeah.
great. Which is
Yeah.
great.
100%. Will you do a round of quick fire questions with me?
Sorry.
Yeah. Will you do a round of quick fire questions with me? They're just like short
Okay.
questions. Okay.
Okay.
So, a festival that everybody should experience.
So now it has been always my favorite festival, and I think it will always be.
A club that everybody should go to.
It closed now. It was Printworks. I was so in love with it.
Yeah.
So now I lost my favorite. I love Ibiza. I would probably say Pasha, because it's the always one. Is the club by definition. So let's go with a big name
A
and go
big
with
name.
Pasha.
A venue that you have not yet been to that you would like to go to. A venue or a festival.
Yeah. I haven't been. We have signed recently Alexandra Palace in London. I've never been, and I would love, because the new venue of the guys of Printworks, Drumshell, I think it's called.
Drum sheds. Yeah.
Drumsheds, and I really would love to. I don't know if you've been. I would love to go.
I'm going in March. I haven't been yet either. So yeah, I'll let you know how that is.
But the majority of the clubs that I wanted to go, I've been to. So
yeah.
I think.
Two brands that you think would work perfectly together that have not worked together before.
Wow. That's a good one. I don't know.
That is a very spot question.
Probably it will be Red Bull, because I love what they do, and I don't know what would be crazy to have Red Bull with. Yeah, probably like a big DJ, because I'm not really much into the electronic, and I believe they could do like amazing things.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, do like some extreme sport with some music artists. That would be quite fun. So probably Red Bull and a big brand of as an artist. But yeah,
Perfect.
I don't know. We'll have to think more than that.
The best, we're also not going to give people ideas because that's yours. The best thing about the music industry.
Well, music, actually.
Music.
It's as simple as that. I mean, this industry actually is here to bring new experiences and new way of listening the music and experiencing the music to a lot of people, and be able to discover new artists, and to constantly be able to listen to music, which when we work in this industry, it's our engine, is what makes us work and wake up every day. I think it's yes, we all do. It's all about music.
It is. It really is. Something that you're really looking forward to in 2024.
I would love us to see in more territories. So professionally, that will be that.
Yeah.
And personally, my first holidays with my son. We are going to Argentina, because my wife is Argentina.
Wow.
We are going in 1 month, and I really look forward to it.
Amazing. Amazing. And finally, because the podcast is called Can You Put Me on Guest List? Do you have a guest list rule?
Yes. Only, yeah, of course. Only direct friends. So never friends of friends.
Yes. That's a good one.
yeah, because if not, then you end up having like potentially tens of thousands of people who could request a guest list.
Do you
Only
get
friends.
asked for guest list a lot working for Dyson, knowing that
Uh,
you're connected to every
a
single event
lot,
out there?
a lot, and they believe that we have like free tickets for all the event and festival, and we always have these when Primavera Sound comes up or Sona. Olivier, it's such a long time. I've seen the tickets on Dice, and yes. So generally, we don't have tickets for such big events, or at least for us, maybe, but not for a lot of people. But yes, I think that rules works very well.
I like that
Like
rule.
friends, direct
Yeah.
friends.
Do you know what? Nobody's ever said that rule before, and that is a good one. I like that one. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy that we made it
Yeah,
happen
thank you. It was.
finally.
I didn't. You don't. You do it so well, and maybe because I know you quite well, but doesn't even. I had the feeling that we were in a living room, like talking like
Oh, good,
naturally about that and my career and everything. So it was very nice. Thank you
good.
for having me, and continue with the great work. And I will continue to listen to your podcast for sure.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. I don't know where it'll be or when, but I'm sure we'll bump into each other soon somewhere.
As always,
Thank
take care.
you.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much.